Hello, welcome to class 10 of the Archicad 23 online course. In this class, we're going to model the wooden decks and swimming pools. Now we have the house structure completed. If you didn't the entire structure on last class, you can open the file Orlando House, class 10. Go into underground floor in our file. Place the reference underground. Here in the back part of the land, we have a grass surface to be planned, a flat surface, and we have a sloped grass surface here. In both cases, I could use mesh tool, but in flat surfaces, I can also use slab tool. So go into Slab to settings dialog. I'll make settings for grass. Slab thickness, I'll put 10 centimeters. Level -6. Building material soil. In floor plan and section, cover fields, keeping foreground, and changing cover fill pen to 137. In model, I can deactivate these two surfaces, and so they're gonna use soil from building material, and the top surface is gonna be grass green. Layer, I'll change to Arc 4 Garden. Okay, to start the modeling, I'm going to choose a polygonal geometry method, and I can model my garden flat area. To design the deck, enter on Slab tool again. I'll keep thickness as 10 centimeters and level -6. Building material this time is plywood. In cover fields, I'll place a fill that is plank floor. First pen 150 and background pen 130. It is a light gray. Turning on all surfaces in model, I'll put floorboards 3. I can keep the garden layer, Arc 4 Garden. Okay. Using rectangular method, draw the deck. Check on 3D. To position the grass a little bit below the wood deck, I will select this element. Ctrl 9 is the shortcut to elevate. I'll put -4, and now it's good. Now we need to adjust the deck fills in floor plan. Turn off the reference, and you see that my wood deck fill has an undesirable break here on material. Select the slab, floor plan and section, cover fill orientation. We have the option Custom Distortion. An element indicating the origin point appear. Clicking in this point. With the option Move Fill Handle, in my floating palette, I can move and set the origin point to the fill. The vertical line determines the fill scale. To keep real scale from plank floor fill, we need to set 1 meter. The other line defines the fill angle. So here I'll place at the corner, and now on 2D representation the fill is almost correct. You see a little difference. In the end, the line is not exactly matching the edge. Then, to fix it, go to Options, Element Attributes, Fills. Here I select Plank Floor. The motif is here, spacing 15.20. I'll type exactly 10 centimeters. OK, and now it's right. In 3D, we need to adjust surfaces because the image texture used on model is independent from 2D fills. So go to Options, Element Attributes, Surfaces. Select Floorboards 3. In the Texture tab, we can add the image, for example, changing the angle for 90 degrees. You see it changing on 3D. Coming back to surfaces, I'll keep the angle 0. The total dimensions here determines the size of each wooden ruler. So the image is divided into 20 rulers. Considering 10 centimeters to each one, we have 200. OK. Using the Measure tool in 3D, you could check approximately 10 centimeters. OK, now we're going to do part of the pool. Go to ground floor and put ground floor as reference. Select Wall tool, enter on Settings dialog. It will be not linked. Level to home story is -2 and 30, as well as wall height, 2 meters and 30. Because the wall top will be on level 0, being the pool border. And as this wall is on level not being cut, I should change floor plan display to outlines only. Here on floor plan display, outlines only. Building material is reinforced concrete and 20 centimeters wall thickness. In model, I will turn off the padlock. By one side, I will keep concrete light. In the middle, stone marble black. And at the other side, tiles mosaic blue. I'll keep layer arc for structure. OK. Well, here in my project, I have a round pool with a spa that is like a hot tub. Besides that, a wet bar. It makes a connection with the kitchen. We have a small kids pool and a pool lane that has a slope. So it begins with 1 meter and 50 of depth and ends 2 meters and 10 centimeters here. Choosing rectangular method to model, I'll start clicking here and finish using snap guide because we don't have this point. So I place the mouse, appears the snap guide, intersection point, and I do the click. You can check on 3D. So here it comes as a grouped element. I'll mark suspend groups to edit only this wall. It has a 15 centimeters thickness. So here I do the adjustment. And on 3D, this face here, we're gonna do a glass wall. Let me show the image. So here you see, in this pool border, there is a massive glass creating a nice effect, seeing the pool water. We have more images so you can understand our project. Going to 3D window, select the wall. In settings dialog, I'll put just 20 centimeters of height. And here I'll change surface materials by one side is marble black, in the middle mosaic blue, here we have a problem to be resolved later. Now I'm gonna do the pool bottom, and as it is a sloped structure, I need to use roof tool. So going to floor plan, I'll click roof tool, enter in settings dialog, level is -2 and 30. I'll keep reinforced concrete, slope is just 4%, and model, only the top surface in mosaic blue, and concrete light to the other faces. Okay. Here I draw the line that is the reference of the bottom level. Click, the eye appear. Click on the side in which the roof goes up. So it's here. The pencil appear. Choose rectangular method and design the element. I'll press ESC to arrow selection and check on 3D. We have a sloped structure and it needs to be adjusted to 20 centimeters thickness. Okay, now it's right. And you can check the height using the measure tool. So here we have 1.50 meters. And here 2 meters and 10 centimeters. To do the glass wall closure, copy the wall with Ctrl-Shift-D. Select Strat, clicking on the reference line. We have Strat, and here I can adjust the element. In settings dialog, wall height 210. Building material I change to glass. Wall thickness 5 centimeters. In model, I'll put glass clear fast. Layer, I'll keep structure. Okay. And here I'll drag 15 centimeters to inside. In floor plan, you can see that 2D representation is incorrect because the lower wall is connecting to side walls. To avoid the connection, I can make a volumetrically smaller dimension. So here I could put 319.9, and at the other side I can do the same thing. So now the representation is correct. Now I'm gonna do the pool water volume. I choose slab 2. In building material, I put water. In model, we have 2 types of water, but the better surface to do it is not here yet. So I will choose water wave just for a while. In cover fills, I'll put foreground with 140 pen. And finally, the water volume is going to be formed by slab thickness. So here it's going to be 205 and level -5 to water top. Okay. To design, I can even use magic wand to fill, space bar and click. The water needs to be brought to front. So I choose pressing the tab. I can alternate between elements. Here appears slab to me. I click and bring to front. Looking on 3D, you see the water surpassing the pool bottom because it has a sloped structure. So to fit water volume, I'll do solid element operations. Go to Design, Solid Element Operations, select the sloped plane and put as operator, Get Operator Elements. The pool water, I'll put as target. And subtraction with downward extrusion. Because I want to cut the bottom part now, click Execute. And it's ready, the water is right now. To finish, I'll just change the surface material. Click in Options, Element Attributes, Surface. I can add a material clicking on New, New from Catalog, Linked Libraries, Archicad Library 23, and here I can search the landscape folder, water, and here we have water pool. OK. I'll click OK and selecting the slab, going to Settings dialog in Model. The new material is displayed in the list. Water pool. OK. You see the difference in 3D, and especially when you got to rendering. Well, in this class we learned how to work with gardens, decks, and pools. On next class, I'll bring a file with all these elements already modeled that we may focus on next lessons. Okay, wait for you on next class. Bye bye.